Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I am kind of confusing people because I usually do these on Mondays, but today is Tuesday, so surprise. But let me just get this shared on my business page while people join. How is everyone doing? If you want to let me know where you are from, and if you are a beauty professional in the industry, I would love to hear who my audience is. Good morning, Stormy. Oh, I'm so glad that you caught me. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Terry. Hello. Thanks for joining me. It is snowing here right now, so I'm nice and bright because the snow is reflecting the light into my face. So it's like my instant filter going on here. Okay, so let me just get this shared. If you guys could also share it as well. This is actually my eighth video in this series. So let's get that shared. And so the reason why I started this is because I have been in the beauty industry going on 24 years, and I just really have seen it evolve. And you know, just like everything does evolve. But for some reason, the beauty industry, there's either people that are really shifting with everything, and then there's people that are really missing the boat on things. So I was fortunate enough to actually create a whole new curriculum and system for salons and spas. And so a lot of this curriculum a lot of these videos that I'm doing is some of the curriculum that we have created for that whole entire system. So, you know, my goal is just to help as many people out there as I can. Even for those of you that aren't professionals in the industry, you know, some of the things that I've been covering are you as a client, you know, things that you can do to help your professional in your life out. So today is, like I said, part 8. And, you know, it's about social media. Right now, I'm using social media to, you know, get out to you guys, get the information out. And if you think about it, what has happened over the years just with digital marketing? You know, even when I opened up my salon in 2003, we didn't have social media. So we still used yellow book ads, we used print ads in newspapers, you know, we used things like that to advertise our business, because that was the way that we did things then. Billboards, we did that. We did, oh gosh, Deborah, I know you're watching. You were along with that journey with me, because she actually owned the salon with me. And I mean, we were really creative. We did all sorts of things, but they all involved some sort of a print type situation. We also did referral marketing, which is still, you know, effective today. But if you think about it, that's all obsolete. Okay, so if you aren't utilizing social media, and you know, this can really go for any business. Honestly, any business that you have, even if you're an individual business, you should be constantly marketing yourself. So, you know, it shouldn't be just salons. If you actually work at a salon, you should always be branding and marketing yourself as well as the salon doing it. You know, I mean, it's just more people that you can get to as far as an audience. So, you know, I do want to talk about next week a little bit about websites, response marketing, you know, that kind of thing, loyalty programs. But because it's really important, I talk to so many salons that say that they have a website, but are people finding your website? Is the information updated on your website? You know, so I'll be talking about that next week. And, you know, that's really important too, because that should be the center point and hub of all your digital marketing efforts, okay? And having a blog, things like that. So, but it's imperative to focus on the importance of your social media reach, relevance, and engagement. So if you think about salons, they are by nature social environments. People socialize there, but it's just changed. Now they do it all through social media. And if they have a really bad experience, they're going to tell a lot more people than if they have a good experience. So you really have to keep that in mind as well. But salons really do have a visual story to tell. So I'm going to actually go through, posting pictures of your work to your salon's Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, and even Twitter pages. But you also have to engage with fans and provide exclusive deals to those who follow you on social media. Give them a reason to follow you on social media. Don't forget to actually engage with people online. Don't just announce things. Don't just like their posts. Actually interact with them. And if we look at social sites are predominantly a female audience, 64% are female on Twitter, 58% on Facebook, 82% on Pinterest, so are you utilizing Pinterest? 68% on Instagram are all women. So that's good. That's great news for beauty service professionals because yes, we do, market to men as well, but usually our big money spenders are going to be women. So the other thing is 92% of women share their experiences, reviews, and deals with others online. Okay? So social media is just one of the many tools that you have to market your business, and its value comes in real-time nature. So no other marketing tool gives you the ability to truly engage back and forth with your clients in real time, the way that it allows you to do. So I'm going to talk about Facebook and Instagram and, give you some more best practices for that. Hi, Erica. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I have to write everything down to keep focused because I could just keep engaging with you guys, which I want to do too, but it's like, okay, keep on track a little bit here. Okay, so let's talk about Facebook first. And Facebook, you should always use a custom profile image. So, you know what? If you are an individual, just keep in mind that a lot of times we have to use our personal Facebook because of the way that Facebook, if you have a page, your page really isn't seen by a lot of people anymore unless you're paying for ads. Okay, so what I want you to keep in mind is always keep a very clear image of you, something that resembles your brand and core values. You don't want it to be an unprofessional looking picture. You want it to be something nice. So if you're in the beauty industry, obviously you want to have your hair look nice, your makeup look nice, you're representing your brand. If you are an actual salon and you do have a page, maybe it is your logo or something that is your brand, so that when people see that logo, they realize that it is your actual salon. The other thing I recommend to do is create a custom cover photo or of a collage of your work. Make sure it's sized for Facebook's cover size so it's not blurry. And there are different programs that you can use to create your own and use your work. You don't have to use others' work because people want to see what you do. Okay, this is like your billboard for your business. Always complete the about section, and this is going with pages when possible. So the more information, the better, because include all of the services you provide, from cut and colors to manicures and pedicures, bridal packages, makeup lessons. List every single thing that you do provide because, again, that's like your yellow book ad. People are going to see what kind of services does she offer, or does the salon offer, or even he offer. What programs do I suggest? There's programs like Canva, canva.com. You can make Facebook covers on there. They have all different sizes. They have ones that you can start from as far as design, but you can upload your own pictures to them. So that's what I suggest. Okay, the other thing to have in your about section is your phone number, your email. Okay, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised how many I see that do not have that information. I'm like, how are people going to contact you? Not just through Facebook Messenger, that happens, but you want people to be able to email you and call you. And I'm going to actually just touch on this for a second because in a lot of the professional groups that I'm in, people are constantly complaining that their clients are calling them at all hours of the night to make appointments. Okay, if you're going to use your personal cell phone, that is going to happen. And I've seen I've actually seen people on their personal Facebook say, if you're a client of mine, you better not be, contacting me from this hour to that hour. Well, you know what? unfortunately, they don't realize that that's necessarily your cell phone, and so they're just going to contact you when they think of it. That's not a bad thing. So either get a separate number. You can actually get a free phone number through Google, and you can actually turn it on and off. You can have it email you instead of, ringing you, because honestly, they're going to contact you at all hours of the night. It's going to happen. And, people say, well, turn off your cell phone. Yeah, you can put it on, do not disturb, but if you're concerned about people that need to get a hold of you, can't get a hold of you, then that's a concern. So there are things that you can do, like getting a Google number or just having even a separate phone number, especially, obviously, if you're a salon, you should have a separate phone number. And then, of course, having online booking so that they can actually just book themselves. That really helps too. Otherwise, what's happening is people are getting text messages, Facebook messages, emails, phone calls. Their clients are contacting them through all these different methods. So put the methods that you want them to contact you through. All right, so back on track here. Okay, so including your personal bio also helps the client feel more comfortable or confident in who you are and why they should choose you. All right, so that's like your first impression of who you are and what you represent. Okay, so be sure to also link your other social media channels and your website. So even if you are an independent, you should have a website. I have several websites, and I'm independent in everything that I do. So you want them to be able to click on a website and see more of you and what you do. All right, so let's get into posting. So post once per day. I know it's hard sometimes, but if you just try to figure out the time a day that is more like the most effective for you. Now, if you're really trying to build your network, I actually recommend posting 3 times a day. But it should not all be business. If it's on your personal feed, it should actually be 80% like personal or inspirational things and 20% business, okay? But if it's on your business page, it should be, the majority of it should be business. So consistency is critical, because the more that they interact, if you have a page, the more that they're going to see. All right, so if they don't interact for a while, your page is actually going to just stop showing up in their feed. Hi, Alyssa, how are you? And so you might have to play around with a day or a time that works best for you and your followers, but eventually you'll find a time that garners the most engagement. Okay, so don't give up, just kind of keep trying and, stick with it. So here's the thing, you don't always have to just share images of your own work. All right, some other helpful things would be beauty-related articles or others' work that you admire. Right now we're going into like spring and summer trends. Maybe you're sharing that. Maybe you're sharing some things from the awards the other night, like makeup looks and hair looks that you liked, or maybe that you didn't like. Ask others' opinions so that you can get their interaction on that, because people love to give their opinion. You want to always be like thinking, this is my channel. This is how I'm going to build my community. Create those raving fans. I always talk about creating those raving fans, because raving fans, they will always talk about you and recommend people to go to you, because they're just your raving fan, right? And it's better coming from them than you all the time. All right, so on your busiest days, you may want to leverage a posting tool to schedule your posts, and that's really just possible on your business page. And there's all different platforms that you can do that on. Some are free, some you have to pay for. And I believe there is one that you could possibly use on your personal profile, but or your personal timeline. I actually don't use that, okay? So take about 15 minutes per day to comment, and reply, message, and engage on all of your social media. I know it can be hard, but like if you just take like 15 minutes a day and go back on all of those posts and make sure that you interact and comment on each of the people, the comments that were on your post, okay? Because if you ignore them, they're just gonna be like, well, Why isn't she answering me? Why isn't she interacting with me? It's social media for a reason, right? You have to be social. All right, so go live. What am I doing right now? I'm going live. Facebook will push live videos out more so than regular posts because it wants to get them out. It's kind of one of the newer things on social media right now, so it is doing that. So take a daily or weekly time where you can go live on Facebook to create the ultimate engagement. You know, maybe you're running contests, maybe you're sharing news, maybe you're surveying your clients, or just post a happy client offering a video testimonial. Maybe you had someone in your chair and they're all excited about what you did. Go live and say, you know, I just wanted to show you. Or I love to do education. So I love to teach, like do tutorials on, you know, how to get certain hair looks, how to get makeup looks, just really simple tips. It doesn't have to be this long drawn out video. Be real, because the thing is, people want to see real people. It doesn't have to be perfect. Hi, Shondell. Hi, Donata. Thanks for joining me. You know, I mean, I think a lot of people that I coach, they're so afraid to go live because they're like, what if I mess up? Or I just don't feel like I'm ready yet and I'm scared. And the only way to get better at doing something is by doing it. Okay? I still get nervous when I do things, but I push myself to do it. And the more I do things, the easier it gets, right? We're all human. We all have our fears. And for me, public speaking was one of them. So what do? I publicly speak. And you know what? It does. It gets easier each time. I still get nervous, especially when I'm in front of 20,000 people, but I just do it. I push past it, and then when you do, it's like, oh my gosh, it feels like a great accomplishment. So commit to trying it. When I teach like goal setting and things, the first thing is to make a decision that you're going to do something, right? So make a decision that you are going to start doing a Facebook Live video at least once a week to promote whatever it is you're branding, okay? So the other thing and you know, contests and giveaways, that is really how you get people excited too. So it doesn't have to be, you know, something really huge or whatever. In the hair world, we get a lot of free things from, you know, samples and manufacturers, whatever it is, or just invest in providing them with some of the products that you are retailing. Okay, so let's talk about Facebook ads. This would be more for pages. And, you know, it can be really effective, but you really should target a very specific clientele. Okay, so Facebook lets you set up specific demographics, and it will be worth your investment, you know, if you do it on a continual basis. Now, we're talking more for like salons. Individuals, this might be a little pricey for you as far as, you know, having a budget like this, but, you know, don't be afraid to pay like $50 to $150 a month on sponsored, boosted posts. Pages, even like $3 will take you a lot farther than nothing, okay? But again, if you're like an individual and you don't need that much traffic, that you know, you don't have to do that. But for salons who are really looking at bringing in more clientele, you know, picking a specific post that maybe got a lot of response and pushing that out to even a larger audience that's not currently your clients will get some eyes on it. And that's really the only way to do it through pages at this point. That's why Facebook is free for everybody. It's the ads that companies put out there and the boosted posts. That's how they get their money, okay? All right, so you know, besides Facebook though, you guys, it is important to create a strong visual brand on Instagram. So with beauty being such a visual market, Instagram is really the ideal social channel for you to promote your brand because we're in the beauty industry, okay? So it's all about visualizing hair and makeup and skin and whatever else that we are promoting. Okay, so let's talk about Instagram. So, and you guys, if you have any questions or anything about, just please comment, and if I don't cover it in this video, I will go back and I will comment on your comments, okay? So don't worry about that. But yeah, you have to be consistent. All right. And now someone is saying there must be something wrong with my people on Facebook. They are never excited about giveaways. Well, you have to continue to build your audience and get new faces and new eyes looking at your things. If you are using your personal timeline to do that, make sure that your posts are public so that other people can see them, not just the people you're friends with. And you can also make sure that people are able to follow you. There's privacy settings that you can allow followers. So what I have on my personal Facebook is anyone that sends me a friend request is automatically following me, whether or not I accept their friend request or not. Because, you know, I hate to say it, but I can only have so many friends, you know, Facebook friends, because it only allows you to have so many. So sometimes I have to be a little bit choosy who I allow in my network, but they can all follow me, all right? So, and I'm just getting this like done really quickly here because I want to keep these videos short. I could probably talk about Facebook for a few hours, but these are just really like some simple, you know, tools that you can use or ideas or advice. Okay, so let's get into Instagram. So, what you can do is open an account under your business name. So this is not just your personal page. However, you can use your personal page to comment, share, and further expose your branded business page as well. So now my name is my brand. So I actually have a personal Instagram page, but it really is I do everything on there for business because that is, my business is my name. That is my brand. So, but that's just where I am in a point in my career. The other thing that I want to say is for Facebook right now, like stories is a big thing. Also on Instagram. You know, you can do live videos on Instagram, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, get back to my notes. All right, so write your locations, services, specialties, your core message, because you can put a little core message in Instagram. And also include your email again, website, and Facebook page in your profile section. So Facebook and Instagram are actually tied together now. I believe they're owned by the same, it's all owned by the same. But you want to make sure that that's on there as well. So photos are best in natural sunlight. Okay, I'm going to just address that for a minute right here. If you are doing a makeup look, please use natural sunlight or good lighting such as a makeup light, ring light, whatever light, Glamcore light, whatever light you have. Please stop over altering your photos using Facetune and giving false representation of your work. Okay, we can all see when people are doing that, and people are really getting smart to that. So, you know what? Please feature natural beauty because that is what people want to see right now, especially in my area where I live, okay? So is it okay to adjust the lighting maybe in your photo a little bit? But we can all tell when you're like blurring things out and adding like, you know, lashes and mascara, like face tuning things. We can see that, especially when you're showing the before and after pictures side by side. So don't give a false representation of what you're doing. I mean, like even now, I'm in natural sunlight and you can see that, you know, it gives a nice look to my skin. Versus if I did a video on my page last week and I was blending and the lighting was horrible and I looked horrible. I was like, oh my gosh, well, but who cares? That's me, right? So I just wanted to say that. Now, I know a lot of hairstylists, they'll do more of the hair. Don't alter the color of the hair, okay? Because then what happens is people bring that in to a stylist and they're like, oh, I want this hair color. And you're looking at it, you're like, this isn't even the hair color. They like altered it with their, you know, editing tools. So there's a time and place for that, okay? So, oh goodness, okay. Get back to this. But I just really had to say that because I see so many and it's like, oh, why did you do that, you know? And you can just tell. You can tell the eyes. You can tell, like, they have no nose because it's, like, all, like, filtered and, you know. Okay, back on track. So, okay, well, where was I? If you really focus on image-driven content, you may want to just make sure it's natural lighting. I know that's not always an option, but have a nice background, have like either you can have your salon name on a backdrop or have like a neutral wall that you can do that on. I know a lot of salons now have a little area set up where you can actually take that picture before they leave. So, you know, that's ideal, but I know you don't always have the space, but it really doesn't take a lot of space. Just have that set up, and that's like one of the things that they do when they leave. A lot of clients love to be featured. You know, you can get them to do a photo release just to be sure that you can use their picture, especially if you want to use that in, you know, future things. So, okay, so most successful accounts post daily. Now, I want you to think about too, like as you're branding yourself, like what you want your image to be. So, for instance, if you want to focus on brides, a lot of things, you know, you should have more like bridal content than, you know, so whatever it is that you want to create, make sure that's, look at your page every once in a while and just see, you know, am I doing that? You can always take things down if it's not effective, okay? All right, so, and this can really go on both platforms, I guess, right? So, feature new looks or products that you're using. People want to see that too. And you can even do just really short boomerang videos. Those are always fun. They're just really short little snip. I know Jacqueline's watching, and we love our boomerang videos, right? Tag your photos. Tag brands that you're using. Tag models, staff. Use hashtags in a separate comment. All right, so you don't want to spam the photo description, but go ahead and go wild with the first comment with hashtags. Now, there are different websites out there that you can search popular hashtags. Sometimes, like really, really popular ones aren't always good because a lot of people are using that hashtag, and then if they use that hashtag to search for things, there's so much content that they don't always see yours. But I also recommend that you actually have your own hashtag. Okay, so mine is Beauty by Lee. So have your own hashtag so that anytime someone clicks on that, they can see all of your work with that hashtag, if that makes sense. All right, so follow related accounts in the beauty industry. So other makeup artists, stylists, beauty schools, brands, industry professionals, like photographers even. Follow them and connect with them. Be social with them. You know, reach out to them and say, hey, I saw you're in my area. You know what? I would love to connect with you. All right? Don't forget to follow your clients and tag them as well, of course, with their permission. And that goes for Facebook too. I always ask, can I tag you? Because what's going to happen? Their network is going to see it. Okay? So their network is going to see it and be like, oh, that's where, you know, she goes and gets her hair done. Her hair's always cute. I think I'm going to go there next time, right? All right. So, and you can use hashtags to find accounts that are trending and relate to your brand. I'm actually surprised too. Sometimes I will look up brands and I'm surprised by their social media presence. Just certain brands in the industry, I'm like, oh my gosh, they only have like 10 followers on Instagram and like 5 posts? Like they could totally be utilizing that. You know, and I know it does take time, but that's why there's people out there that will do this for you. In fact, I have a whole entire system, a company that I work with has social media people that will do this for you. Because I know running a salon, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that you have to do. And this is just another thing. But if you take 15 minutes a day to post, comment on Facebook, and then take another 15 to 20 minutes a day to comment, like, share on other accounts, that's time worth spending because you're going to see results from that, okay? So share on other accounts as well as your own. The longer you spend engaging, the more engagement you'll receive. Create a document or note with all the relevant trending hashtags and copy and paste them into your post because that will actually save a lot of time. You can just, on your phone, just save that in your notes and copy and paste, put that on there. The other thing that I know people do is when you have some employees that maybe are a little bit slower, maybe you can direct them into doing some of these things for you and be kind of your social media manager and just give them, you know, an extra bonus or something like that too. That could be another thing. But if you're fortunate enough to have support staff, this is perfect for them. This should just be something that they do, you know. So, okay. Instagram stories. Now I kind of touched a little bit on Facebook stories. Instagram stories and videos will create even more engagement. Okay, that's just what brands are doing now, and allow you the ability to boost your presence without over posting on your feed, because they go away after a while. So, you know, don't be afraid to use those. And if you're fortunate to have a teenager in your house, have them help you. You know, if you're not really, like, if you don't really know how to use social media, ask them to show you. I've tried to bribe my boys. I'm like, I'll pay you to be, and they're like, we're boys. You do stuff with, like, makeup and hair or whatever. No, we're not interested, you know. And the thing is, I'm not even talking about Pinterest at this point, but Pinterest is super easy to use. It's really, you can have the same content on Pinterest as you do on Instagram. Now, I do recommend having different things on Facebook versus Instagram. You can post some of the same things, but I wouldn't post everything the same. Otherwise, people will just follow you on one or the other, and they're just like, well, it's the same content anyway. So mix it up and do that. Then, once you master all of that, then you can start looking into utilizing YouTube. Because if you're doing those live videos on your Facebook, eventually what you can do is save them and then upload them onto YouTube and start building that presence there too. The thing about YouTube is if you do have a YouTube channel, that's actually going to bump you up more when people do searches for you. So Google yourself. If you haven't Googled yourself, do it and read what is out there, because it's really interesting. You'd be surprised what information is out there and shared. All right, so I hope that helped you. I wanted to keep this around 20-30 minutes, and we're at about 30 minutes now. So let me know if you have any questions. I know someone's asking me what eyeshadow I used. I actually used the Dynasty palette, and it's the orange and gold colors in there. I'm not quite sure what they're called offhand, but this is kind of one of the new spring trends, is showing like a yellow and gold on the eyes. And then I'm wearing green, so I feel like I'm getting ready for St. Patrick's Day already, even though we're not quite there yet. But yeah, so let me know where you guys are from. Make sure you share this video so that your network can get the information to any beauty professionals you know in your life, or just anyone in general building any kind of business. I hope this was helpful. Next week, I'm going to be talking about websites and blogs and that kind of thing. Okay, so I broke that into 2 segments just so I wouldn't be here on too long. So make sure you join me. It's all right here on my personal Facebook timeline. And thanks for joining me. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.